verse 40. I want us to look at verse 41. Now remember my suggestion, what I suggested to you. I suggested to you verse 41 begins, hear what I'm saying? It begins the close of probation for Seventh-day Adventists. And unfortunately, friends, I cannot tell you anything else what the Spirit of prophecy says, what inspiration says. Unfortunately, when this crisis begins in verse 41, when the storm approaches, we are told in verse 41, a large class of Seventh-day Adventists who profess faith in the third angel's message but were not sanctified, inspiration says they abandoned their position and they joined the ranks of the opposition. Inspiration says a large class, not a small class, a large class. And not any Seventh-day Adventist. She's not referring to nominal Adventists. She's referring to those who profess faith in the third angel's message. Those who profess to believe and teach present truth. Friends, do you know we are told in volume 6, or volume 1, page 608. We are told in volume 1, 608, a similar thing. She says in the last, actually she says in concluding this narrative, I would say we are living in solemn times. And then she says, I was shown a startling fact. Do you know when Ellen White saw what she saw? Now the prophet saw many things, but not everything startled her. Not everything. She saw many, many things. But she says in concluding this narrative, she says, we are living in solemn times. And then she says, in the last vision given me, I was shown the startling fact. Now, not fiction. The startling, not fiction, she says the startling fact. This will come to pass. It's not fiction. And I believe if God said it's going to come to pass. But I want to be found on the right side. She says, in the last vision given me, I was shown the startling fact that but a small portion of those who profess faith in the truth will be sanctified by it and be saved. Many will get above the simplicity of the work. They will cherish idols and thus become spiritually dead. Friends, do you understand the danger of cherishing an idol? I tell you, one of the greatest idols many cherish is self. Selfishness is the greatest idol. And I tell you, we are told in volume 1 that there's rubbish barring the door for Jesus entering into our hearts. And she says he can never come in until we remove that rubbish. There's much rubbish. Not my words. Inspiration says there's rubbish at our hearts. It must be removed, she says, before he can come in. And by God's grace, friends, I am urging you to remove that rubbish. I told you I'm in no way reluctant. I cannot come here and satisfy you. I cannot come here and please you. Why? This truth has grabbed my mind. That Jesus is coming. Do you know when you understand that everything, no matter how heavy the cross is, even when your desires want to go a certain way, and it might not be evil in and of itself, but when the thought that Jesus is coming grabs the mind, I tell you that man lives a different life. That woman lives a different life. I tell you that truth has grabbed my mind.